Hello, and thank you for tuning in. My name is Rosalia, and I want to share with you my experience with the Paper Bead Rolling Machine V3. I will not go into how to and show you how it functions. However, I really would like to get into the type of beads that it makes with different sizes of paper strips. I would like to tell you that this is how it is rolled in. I have a piece of paper strip in there already. Comes with an extra pressure plate depending on the thickness, how many strips you use, and the thickness of the paper. You may need a little more of a pressure to manage that. It is stationary because you need to clamp it, and that's as far as I will get. There is a wonderful video out there that the creator goes through the parts and how to use it. Okay, so here is my take on that. Now, I started out with 1-inch strip, and this is, oh, and by the way, this is going to be a little shaky because I had to hold my iPad. I wasn't getting results in when I would put it stationary. So it'll be a little shaky, and my apologies for that. So this is the 1-inch strip, and these are magazine papers. And I use the cover because the cover is a little thicker than the inside pages. You have to consider that too. So this one is just the inside page, 1 inch, one piece, and it turned out pretty good. I was happy with it. This is the outside cover of the magazine paper, and it turned out pretty nice too. No complaints. And that's still one piece of strip. This is with 2 pieces of strip. Not bad neither. I like it. Nice and smooth. Turned out okay. There are times where one end is a little thicker than the other end. It's like less tapered. But no big deal. It turned out okay. This one turned out okay too. And it's the 1-inch strip, okay? And I used 3 sheets of paper. That's what these numbers are. 3 sheets of strips. This is with 4 strips. Again, 1 inch, 4 strips. Gave me these bicones. Not bad. Yeah, they turned out okay. And so did the 5 strips. Okay, it turned out pretty good too. I can't complain. So I continued to challenge the machine, and I went to 6 strips. Now with 6 strips, when I first started it, it just felt like I needed the extra plate. So I put on the extra pressure plate that I showed you earlier. So this is the results on that. And I think the maximum is really 5 to get a nice bicone, because these kind of look kind of funky. It's thick, didn't taper as nicely. You know, I tried to fix it. It just wouldn't give me that nice tapered look. And this one here, as you can see, look at the end of that. And believe me, some of these you can fix them and some you can't. I couldn't fix this one. This one didn't look too bad after I fixed it a little bit, but still it didn't taper the way I want to. And this one here, as you can see also, let me move my fingers out of the way, is thick and thin, so it didn't taper very nicely neither. And I played with it also. All right, so that's with 6 strips. Didn't work out too well. Let's go on with a narrower strip, which is a 1/2 inch. So I moved from 1 inch to 1/2 inch, and this is the result. And let me tell you, this is the machine. Let me give you a good close-up. This is the machine. It's sort of like not quite tapered. And then I did this one manually. Nice. It really turned out nice. Nice and tapered on both ends, so that you can see the difference of what the machine gives you with 1 sheet of the 1/2 inch, one strip. Then I further challenged the machine, and I did the 1/2 inch 2 strips. This is the machine. This is mine when I did it by hand. Where are we? Okay, this is the machine. Okay, not bad. It's not terrible. But if you compare it with when I did it by hand, you know, by hand, I'll show you what I use. This is what I got. Nicely tapered on both ends. I like it to focus, but it's not focusing for me. But it's nicely tapered on both ends. And what I use when I say manual, I just go ahead and use a copper wire of a 15, I believe, gauge. Depends how big you want your holes. but this works for me really good. And so that's what I got from a 1/2 inch strip and with 2 sheets. Okay, then I took and I did a 3/4 inch. 3/4 inch strip, 2 of them gave me this result. I think they're really bad. This is not the kind of bead that I like. Okay, I can't get it too close because then. But look at that one. Look at that. That's terrible. I do not like beads that way. I like my beads to be nice and smooth the way they're supposed to taper. And these really did not taper nicely with a 3/4 inch strip. Then I went further, and just move this out. I went further and I did 4 strips of the 3 1/4. Not very good. Not very good at all. Some of them, it's not terrible where you can't use the beads, but I guess I'm just a little picky about how I like my my beads. And this one, look how boxy. So all of them don't turn out the same. Okay, it's just you get different. You use the same, pretty much the same size strips, and you end up getting all kinds of different beads. And you're making a necklace. You want those beads to pretty much be the same, and it really doesn't give you that result you want. Now, I took and I did a few just to show you when I did it manually. Look at that 1 inch bicone. Beautiful, nicely tapered. I did it manually with my copper wire, and look how nicely tapered that is. No problem. Look at the 3/4 or 1/2 inch, I think it is. The 1/2 inch, not a problem. Nicely tapered. I don't have an issue. Okay, and then I think this is 4 sheets of paper. Look at that. I did it manually, 4 to 5, I believe. Very nice. Compared to, and these I think this is what, 2 or 3. Nice. Just, you roll it one time, you want a good bead. So that's my take on this machine. It doesn't really, you're doing bicones, I think pretty much you're going to get very good results with the bicones, and again, up to 5 sheets. But go ahead and challenge yourselves. And the 3/4 strips, not bad, but you have to be careful. You have to really concentrate on what you're doing. You're using both hands all the time because you got one rolling and the other one controlling the piece of paper. Well, we do that with the manual also. But the beads don't come out all the same. So, and regarding the machine, well, you roll with, you roll the paper with this, and you have to really, with your other hand, really keep your hand focused on this here, because the paper with the 1 inch, it does not go to left or right. The thinner the paper tends to start shifting this way. Then you got to pull it to the left, and it goes too far to the left. You're trying to center it, and it goes from left to right. So you're finagering. Never mind that word. With the paper. Another thing is the clamp that you need, because it has to be stationary. So this having to clamp it down, that restricts you on where you're going to roll your paper, because usually I take my tray and my glue, the papers and all, I go to my bedroom, watch TV with my husband, and I'm rolling. We have conversations and I'm rolling. Not a big deal. With this machine, you're going to sit somewhere or stand somewhere, and that's it. So you got to find your spot. You have to unscrew. You have to unscrew this piece here to get this plate in. And you have if you have a little arthritis, you're going to have, oh, there go the screwdriver. You're going to have an issue. So it's not as smooth to undo. Maybe it's because it's a new machine. It's a little, I might have to oil it down, right? So in any case, that's my take on this machine. If I have to rate it from 1 to 10, I will give it a 5, only because the bicones really do not, they do look pretty good. I really like the thicker paper 1 strip, because that was Remember, I said I used one strip here with a thicker paper. It turned out really nice and smooth. And 2 sheets regular magazine paper also turned out good. So I'm not knocking it. It's just not for me. I am knocking it, aren't I? Anyway, if you have it and you're frustrated with it, it's not working, you have to kind of break it in a little bit. If you haven't gotten it and all you're going to do is buy cones, the 1 inch, then go for it. But I rated a 5 out of 1 through 10. Okay, so have a good time, bead on, because it is very therapeutic and the results are wonderful. So there are other types of paper bead rolling tools out there. Bye bye. Thank you.